Salutations, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. V back with another casted game of Age of Empires 3, and the first shot has been fired by Andreas Stockenstrom, captained by our main man Shake 2020, playing in the northwest of the map as the Swedes in the color blue. Shake, really a lover of the Swedish civilization and one of the few people that still plays it competitively. I feel bad for Sweden. Sweden's really fallen on hard times, but hey, maybe they will make a resurgence led by our friend, the Shakester. And in the south of the map, playing in the color red as the Indians, another civ that has kind of fallen out of their prime, we have Absolute Utopia. So we're not seeing any S-tier civs here, boys. We are seeing the classics. Well, not the classics. We're seeing one DLC civ that is no longer strong, and we're seeing one Asian Dynasty civ, which is also no longer strong. But what is going to be strong are these wood treasures. Both players picking up the treasure that allows for faster wood gathering from all of your villagers, which is spawning on this map. And that's going to be good for both Sweden and India, but I do think it's going to be slightly stronger for India, seeing as their villagers cost wood. Meanwhile, Utopia picking up 35 wood and Shake picking up 85 wood. So both players gathering up the lumber very quickly. And looks like Shake's going to use that to get another torp down. So opening triple torp, which I think that's okay to do since he got so much wood. Usually you would just see the double torp. Sometimes you see TP start. Sometimes you see market torp. But I think today with Meta Sweden, you're going to see double torp more often than not. And Shake, of course, you know, he can innovate on some of his Swedish builds, but I think his comfortable Sweden is pretty standard stuff. And meanwhile, Utopia maybe going to lose an elephant here. Ooh, that stomp coming in just at the right time. Surviving with 10 HP. Wow. Picking up what looks to be, ooh, what do we got here? 100 food. Very nice for India. So we're going to see what both players decide to do. Both of these players, both of these civs, I mean, can go aggressive. So we could see Agra from India. We could see double barracks from Sweden. Although I don't think we're going to see anything super, super crazy. I might be proven wrong, though. Let's take a look at the decks. India, very, very standard. Lots of upgrades in Age 2s. So prepared to fight a Commerce Age battle if he has to. And then, of course, very strong elephant units. Wow, look at this. Howdahs, Siege Elephants, Mahout Lancers, and a couple of elephant upgrade cards in here as well. So could be seeing some Age 3 elephant play. Meanwhile, Shake, his deck also looking very, very standard. Plenty of Age 2 and Age 3. So could see anything here today, folks. The wonder is going down. That certainly doesn't look like an Agrafor. I believe that is the Carnimata, which is now, I think that's the most standard Indian open for Age 2. And it's really good. It's a really good economic bonus. But both herds are looking pretty good here for Shake, getting in his second herd of elk, as well as his original herd of moose. All of the villagers on wood, and we'll see what he does with that. We do have a forward settler. Oh, wow, she is really going off the beaten path. And is she going to lay a sneaky barracks here? Are we going to see a stealth barracks from Shake? Maybe a stealth artillery foundry? Maybe some leather cannon play? He's over halfway aged, but at the same time, Utopia is actually a little bit ahead. So pretty standard age ups for both players, I would say. Also has a lot of vills on wood. Carnimata is very close to going up. Gonna get a card as soon as he enters, I believe. And we'll see what he sends first. Meanwhile, Shake already has a shipment ready to go. I am excited to see what he is going to go up with. Going up with the governor. So, ooh. 3 torps, a market in transition, and there's the outpost wagon. Will it be placed defensively, or will it be placed as part of an FB? Sending dominions, pretty standard stuff. Very, 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 very normal. 700 wood coming out of India. Come on, guys, shake it up. Shake it up, Shake. Show me something new. Show me something interesting. A barracks going down immediately. And if Shake does decide to put on some H2 pressure, which look at here, we have a barracks and the outpost going up. Very nice. I don't know how well Sweden's going to be able to do anything. Just because The unit variety from India in H2 is one of the best in the game. In fact, I would say they're probably the best H2 Civ when it comes to just diversity of units. You have light infantry, heavy cavalry, you have dragoons, you have all types of units. You have kind of pikeman style units in the Rajputs. So you have so much you can draw from on India. And then meanwhile, as Sweden, your variety for H2 is kind of limited. You have Karelians, and oh, shocker, we have Karelians coming out from Sheikh as well as 700 wood. Meanwhile, Utopia, I think he made some Rajputs there. Where are these bad boys going? Look at these guys. God, they are one of the coolest units. They have spikes for arms, just giant knives. Man, they are on a mission. Probably going to go kill this explorer. Oh no, Andreas Stockenstrom. I can't speak Swedish. Gonna get these two Indian explorers away, which is that's gonna be really huge because having those two elephants in the first fight is always so good for India because they can tank so much damage. But now the Karelians coming out and driving the Rajputs away, saving Stockenstrom. And these Karelians do not have any upgrades yet, so they are not super strong. Meanwhile, 300 export coming in from India and Gurkhas coming out. This is going to be a very good response. And there's really not a lot Sheikh can do here. He can try to get in close with his Karelians, but again, his Karelians are still not that strong. They don't have any upgrade cards on them just yet. He did send 700 wood after his dominions, so we haven't seen any military shipments, just some pretty standard Karelian pressure from Swedes, more Karelians being trained, but Utopia making the right response here by training even more Gurkha, and going with the Ottoman consulate here, probably going to get some heavy cav to counter any hussars that come out, but there is no stable from Sheikh here, just more barracks. He is getting a lot of map control, though. He has seized this coin mine, though it's going to get... Oh, no, Rajputs. They have such good siege. They're going to take out these torps relatively quickly, forcing that villager to go off. Sheikh currently at 110 torp pop, so he's got this one fully covered. This one he's working on, and then one in his base is fully covered. So not a bad economy right now for Sheikh, but he's just at such a disadvantage as far as his unit composition that I don't really know what he's going to be able to do. 25 vills for Utopia, only 20 for Sheikh, and he's sending, Engelsberg Ironworks. So we're going to be seeing the artillery foundry, possibly going to see some leather cannon play, maybe? Wait, does Engelsberg send an artillery foundry? Oh no, what am I thinking? Engelsberg is the coin gathering. I am stupid. Sorry. That's okay. Yeah. I had my cards mixed up. So getting that coin mining upgrade, which is going to be really good for Sheikh's economy, able to now support double Karelians, and Utopia making more Gurkhas. He does have some sowers out now. I believe he sent those. Yep, 4 sowers coming out. He does have an upgrade card for Gurkhas, I believe in age 3. Yes, he does have royal green jackets. So we could be seeing some potentially very strong Gurkhas here. And there's just nothing that these Karelians can do. But look at that formation. What a lovely square. I have never seen Karelians do this. I did not know this was a thing. It shows my knowledge. More Karelians popping out. We might be seeing a double pincer attack. Come on, Karelians, charge in. Oh, not going to catch up with the Gurkhas, though. They are going to take out the sowers. Maybe not, actually. Some of the sowers staying alive. Oh, those Rajputs were mixed in. Yeah, those are going to do well. But catching up to these Gurkhas, doing quite a bit of damage here. The Gurkhas not able to kite efficiently away in time. And so a pretty decent trade for both players, but now reinforcing Gurkhas coming out. 700 coin also coming out for Utopia. And 2 leather cannons coming from Sheikh. So he's going to increase the pressure, but I'm a little bit worried he's going to lose most of his musketeers before those artillery come out. Now getting on the sowers, he's got to finish off these Rajputs. Still 3 Rajputs alive, more Gurkha joining in, and I think all of these Karelians are not long for this world. Ugh. Yeah. And Utopia just continuing to spam Gurkhas, and right now it's working. And this is what I'm saying, right? India can just switch techs very, very easily. Meanwhile, Sweden, besides the 2 leather cannons, they can really only go Karelian and, I mean, you could go Hussar, but yeah, there's just not a lot of options there. Sending 700 coin now, so we might see, yeah, it looks like he's sort of macroing for an age up. Got a ton of villagers on food now. And Utopia, he's pretty even split. So I'm not sure what Utopia is planning to do at this point, as Double Barracks has a stable now coming down, as well as the consulate. So lots of infrastructure here for India, even getting some of his market upgrades, sending camel attack. And so, yeah, India's just looking to be in a really good spot here, if I'm being honest. Sending the 3 Rumeliots, the Ottoman consulate, Kev. That's what I should just say. I shouldn't even try to say the names. I should just say the Ottoman horsey guys. All right, so more Karelians, 2 leather cannons, but again, these Karelians not upgraded at all. Going to be decent, but not against what India has. Oh, look at that. 1 Rajput still alive at 6 HP. Those guys are absolute beasts. I will say, though, Sheikh has really started rebuilding his torp economy after getting pressured on this coin mine, up to 160 torp pop. He has 5 torps on this coin mine. And he's even able to catch some of these trees here as well. But now going to be facing pressure, and his army is quite far away and just can't deal with what India currently has. But he is now clicked up to H3, going to have access to, let's see, what has Sweden got? He's got more Karelians, he's got upgrades, he's got falconets, he's got a leather cannon upgrade, he's got snaplock, and he's got Jaegers. So plenty of things in H3 to help him out if he can get there safely and not lose too much of his economy. And India kind of being a little bit haphazard with this siege. I feel like they could be taking down these torps a lot faster, but he's just kind of, you know, he's attacking one here, a little bit there, which is fine. I don't know if India is feeling a lot of pressure right now, but now that Sheikh is in H3, I think India might have to start macroing himself for an age up, which it looks like he's doing. He's sitting close to the resources he needs, sending the Rajput upgrade, which, let's see, 15%, 5% hand attack, 5%. It's a pretty good upgrade. But it's only for Rajputs, though. It's only a 1-unit upgrade, which is not as good as some of the other unit upgrades for, like, European civs. The leather cannon's out now, but there are enough Gurkhas. They could just simply shoot down that leather cannon, and that's what's going to happen. This is why I hate leather cannons. They're just so easy to shoot down, and unless they're masked, they don't do that much damage. Gonna take out all 5 of these torps here, so still a really good trade for Utopia. Getting a trading post as well. And the falconets are coming now. There's plenty of Karelians to protect them, so things could start to look nasty for India. And, ooh, is he gonna keep that leather cannon alive? Yes, he is. India now going up to H3 himself and sending some sowers out to raid, so Utopia doing everything he needs to do. He's pressuring the torps, and he's building the units he needs to build. But veteran Karelians are now out, continuing to go double Karelian with the 2 Falks, and this composition is now a lot scarier. And even sending out his Minutemen to deal with these sowars. Did these sowars get any kills? It's 27 vills for Sheikh, 46 vills for Utopia. Holy cow. I did not realize that Utopia was in that big of a lead. Did he send villager cards? No. Oh, well, he's India. He gets a villager for every shipment. Again, it's basic info that I should know, but I somehow don't. Now, the one thing I will say for Sheikh's army is it has a lot of siege potential. That barracks falling down incredibly quickly. Second barracks going to be going down now. More Gurkhas coming out, but I don't think that batch is going to get out in time. Ending his relations, and now getting up to H3. What's he going to have? The Mahouts coming out. He has 1 disciplined Mahout. He has a decent amount of cav. His Gurkha numbers are decent, but they're not great. He did lose a couple in those engagements by the torps. And now the artillery getting unpacked. Oh, shoot, Sheikh, what are you doing? Oh, nice volley, but a little bit of missed micro there by Sheikh, diving right in onto the town center, which is so dangerous with India as 2 Mahout Lancers are about to hit. And look at this, Utopia flanking around. He knows the elephants are coming out, and he doesn't want to give Sheikh a route to escape. In come the cavalry, gonna try to get on the falconets. Villagers even joining the fray to soak up some damage, but a lot of the cavalry gonna go down now. These are upgraded Karelians, more Karelian reinforcements coming in, and now the Mahout Lancers are about to pop out. Just a few more seconds. 1 Mahout Lancer already in the fray. More Karelians coming in. Minutemen coming in from Sheikh, along with more veteran Karelians. 1 unit spam for the win. The Mahout Lancers are out, and the Swedish army +10, +10, +10, +10, +10, +10, +10. And the push from Sheikh is going to be repelled, but I will say that came at a high cost for India. He gave up all of his cav, he gave up most of his Gurkha mass, and really the only thing remaining are these disciplined Mahouts, which actually are going to be countered by these Karelians. And oh no, the villager elephants, the explorer elephants are not here to heal them. So going to try to get those elephants away as quickly as he can. Did lose 2 barracks. I don't know if that was a very good trade for Sheikh, but at this point, his economy is good enough that his Karelians are starting to become more and more expendable, and they're becoming better and better. He did send 2 falconets, and he did send... Oh, he sent the Jaegers. Are we going to be seeing Jaeger Karelian? That would be such a strong composition against what India has, because the Jaegers will absolutely dumpster Gurkhas, and enough Karelians will take care of any number of Mahouts. This could be really good for Sheikh. He's at 31 Vils to 49 from Utopia, so he needs a big win here. Utopia sending 2 Howdas now. I don't know if I agree with that. I would say maybe more Mahout Lancers based on what Sheikh has made, but maybe he thinks Sheikh is going to go heavy into Cav. I don't know. And 6 Redcoats coming out as well. So he's got a very small but very elite army compared to Sheikh's army, which actually is getting pretty elite itself. He's got the 10 Jaegers, and now sending that card, I do believe he's also able to train Jaegers. Yeah, okay, so he can hire Jaegers at military buildings. So we could be seeing more platoon fire coming in now, and these veteran Karelians are going to start getting tankier and tankier and tankier. Meanwhile, a town center going up for Utopia, trying to seal off this side of the map, and once again putting these torps to siege. If he can take out these torps here and these torps here and really claim this half of the map, he's going to do really, really well against Sheikh. He's really going to start hobbling that economy, but these Jaegers are going to be able to take down all of these Gurkha. They simply outclass Gurkha in every way, shape, and form. But now the Mahout Lancers coming in. The Karelians going to try to cut them off. And you can just see the improvement of these Karelians from being very weak to now almost two-shotting a disciplined Mahout Lancer. And now the fight is actually looking very bad for India. I don't think this town center, it might go up, but it's going to be in a very precarious position. Still a lot of Jaegers on the field, 8 of the 10 Jaegers alive. All of the elephants except 1 Howdah. No, 2 Howdahs are both still alive, but they're not going to be able to do much. And the Redcoats are... there's still a few Redcoats left. Most of the Gurkha are dead. The town center going down, and that was a decisive win in favor of Sheikh, even starting to build a water economy here to make up for the lack of food. He only has 1 hunt left on his side of the map. But this military push proving to be quite effective. More Karelians coming out, and still 8 Jaegers alive, killing a Vil. And now that the Howdahs are, Again, I don't know how I feel about these Howdahs against what Sheikh is currently making. Sheikh now sending 1,000 coin, which is going to really boost his Jaeger production. And this 2-unit composition, I'm not necessarily sure how India deals with it. Because your Gurkhas are going to get outmatched. Your Sepoys, I mean, Sepoys are good, but I almost think that Karelians, with how many upgrades they have, they'll still trade better. And he has not upgraded any of his Sepoys. He has not made any Sepoys. So this is going to be a tough transition for India. I'm not sure what Utopia is going to do. Another town center going to get denied here. A couple of Vils going down. Now 50 Vils for Utopia, 38 for Sheikh. The gap is starting to close. And, oh, that's 2 town centers rejected. And Utopia is in a desperate need for food here. I think the reason he wanted those town centers is because he wants these 2 hunts that are sitting here. This is thousands and thousands of resources worth of food, and he has no food in his base right now. He doesn't have a single hunt. He's even making rice patties. Wow, it's starting to look really good for Sheikh. Look at that, 3 docks going down for Utopia. He just needs food, but I don't think he's going to get it. He's not going to get it fast enough. Another rice paddy going down. This is so much cost. This is so much investment in just getting food. And if he had been able to get up these 2 town centers, it's very likely he could have continued to gather here. Could have used sentries, could have used TC fire, probably could have held it, but Sheikh pushing at just the right time. And now this bit of infrastructure is going to be pretty vulnerable. He's got a lot of buildings here that are far from his town center, and he's just not able to make anything. Look at that. He has 240 food, and his production is really, really slow. getting out patty threshing, trying to upgrade as much as possible, trying to make elephants, but I don't think spamming elephants is going to work when your opponent is getting out Karelians and Jaegers. I don't think that the elephants, they're good, but they're not that good. They do have a lot of range, though, so these Howdas could do a lot of kiting, but he's just not going to be able to make a lot of them. Look at his food production. It's going so slow. He's got 31 vills on wood now because he's just trying to pump out fishing boats as fast as possible. He's already got 9 fishing boats out. Meanwhile, Sheikh has only made 7 fishing boats. Finally getting placer mines at the 20-minute mark. And now it looks like Sheikh is sending Snaplock. Ooh, okay, so even more upgrades for the Karelians, and this is where Sweden starts to get really dangerous. Now that he's been able to stack all of his upgrades, he's at 200 torp population, he has Jaegers now producible. I don't see how Utopia wins this fight. And it was looking so good for him. He had such an advantage in early age too. But yeah, these Gurkhas, they cannot stand up to even this amount of Jaegers. And the Howdas just can't provide that much support. Now, if Utopia is able to get this economy rolling, if he's able to get enough fishing boats out, he will even it out and his economy will start to recover. But I don't think Sheikh's going to give him that time. And we have to remember, Sheikh has a lot of siege potential in this army. He can rip down a lot of these buildings. Look at the Karnimata. It is starting to fall so quickly. And he really doesn't want to lose that Karnimata. It is a huge economic boost to these 2 rice paddies. But I don't think he's going to be able to save it. And these Jaegers just annihilating these Gurkha. They cannot deal. More Jaegers on the way, 10 more Jaegers joining the fray. We now have 15 Jaegers with another 10 reinforcing. And I think this is game over for India. Look at how quickly these buildings are going to fall to this Karelian siege attack. And he's getting out more boats. He's sending more Mahout Lancers, but there's enough Karelians here to instantly shoot down those Mahouts. And Jaeger's getting away. Let's see. Taking out a couple of Jaegers, but that's not going to be enough. Oh my gosh, those Karelians. The way they stack is pretty impressive. And now even the Mahouts getting into range. Oh no, the Howdas and the Mahouts going down. Utopia calls GG, and a win for Sweden is a win for everybody. I love seeing Sweden win a game. And of course, I'm a big fan of Sheikh, so seeing him win. But Utopia played that really well at the start. I thought, you know, his early age 2 was excellent. And if he had pushed out onto the map maybe a little bit sooner, or maybe been a little bit more aggressive, maybe tried to siege these barracks rather than these torps, he could have been in a really, really commanding position. But we'll take a look in more detail, guys. Follow me to the post game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the post game, and when we look at the resources, we really do see a drop-off for Utopia towards the end of the game. Despite having the Vil advantage, I think the fact that for the last 4 or 5 minutes, Sheikh was on natural resources, Utopia was switching to rice paddies and an emergency water economy. I just don't think his economy had enough time to build up, enough time to transition, and that transition is so gnarly. It is such an investment for any civ. But we see the units here, Karelians pulling the day for Sheikh, and as soon as he got enough Jaegers mixed in, that turned out to be a really deadly combo. It gives me some ideas for some builds I want to do with Sweden, and I really want to try out that 2-unit composition. That looks really, really strong. But we look at the resources gathered. Yep, here we go. Sheikh really starts to take an advantage in those last few minutes as he is still on natural resources. We look at the military units, and we can see here a really nasty fight for Sheikh in early colonial. A distinct advantage for Utopia, but just wasn't able to take advantage of it. Took a couple of nasty fights there, and Sheikh was able to rebuild. Utopia was not. Lastly, we go to the villager population, a distinct advantage for Utopia once again. But all the vills in the world don't mean anything if you don't have resources to gather from. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this game. I will be back with another casted game next week, but until then, have a great day, have a great life. See you later.